Hello and welcome back to Craftblock Season 4. It's been about a day since I left off on the episode. Got rid of our old house and the berry farm. The mine's still here, but I don't use it. And I've done a lot of level 30 enchanting to get some good armor. I also traded with someone for some mending books. Got about 4. But now we have moved house to over here. We have a basic wheat farm and cow farm. That's how I got the steak. So we are no longer in short supply of food. And we will be building our house in this region. It won't be a stone brick structure as you see here. This is just my temporary house to get things done. Got a stone cutter, pollinated beehead, Medimax Allen, or Phoenix Jewels, the Dirt 100 and Inferno side. We have project box right here. This is going to come into play later. Nice bed. Some sorting. Got a lot of diamonds actually. So we're nowhere near in short supply of those. Got some more over here. I'm still working on a better sword, a bow, and we have to get shovel and axe too, but that's all for later. So, today is all about base building. I do have a general idea in mind for what I want to do, but it's still up to interpretation, and some things might change depending on the landscape. And I have a pretty good vision for what I want to do with this area. All the way from here to over there maybe, there's this kind of bay region, or a beach. And I'm going to put my house over here, some farms over here, because there's this nice flat area that I dug out, but there's this depression here. And I'm thinking about having a wall here, having this be 2 blocks down, instead of just terraforming everything to be flat, and putting some rows of farms here, cows, sheep, wheat, all that kind of stuff. We have a nether portal that links up to everyone else's, so that makes travel a lot easier. Got a lot of cows, and just about infinite leather too. A lot of furnaces to smelt some bricks, and we will be building our house primarily out of bricks, spruce wood, dark oak logs, and not cobblestone, but just regular stone, which is kind of what this furnace array is for. It was initially for smelting tons of clay, and if you've never had to go hunt for clay before, especially in this amount, let me tell you, you're not missing out on much. We're also going to need a lot of andesite. We probably don't have enough right now, but we're going to be using it for interior design, and you'll see how it comes together later. So we're going to put that in the project chest. Now, our house is going to be in this corner, which does mean I have to move this stone brick shack with all of its contents over somewhere else, and I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put it, but I guess that's for me to figure out and you to see. So, I have done some heavy terraforming and extended the sugarcane farm. I've laid down the basic foundations to our house so you can get an idea of about how big it's going to be. It's actually a lot larger than I thought it was, or maybe this area is a lot smaller than I initially expected it to be, but anyway, I did a lot of terraforming, and I mean a lot. So we now have this nice flat area with 2 high walls. I think it's everywhere, so that any animals we happen to put in there won't be able to escape, which is what I am going to do now. So we open up this pen, and then we get some wheat. Look at them all. Yeah, it's a lot. So we're going to lead all these cows into the pit of doom. We're going to give them a lot more space than they had in that 5x5 pen. Or at least I believe it was 5x5. I can always check later. But the basic house premise we're going for is we're going to have a brick house, which is why I collected so many bricks. And it's going to have dark oak floors, brick walls. This is our way out, by the way. And white stained glass windows. We're going to have a storage area right here. Gonna have an internal wall around here. This will be where our crafting stations and beds are. This will have a ladder up to the second floor. That's right, we're having a second floor. This is the entrance with the door right about here. Gonna have some windows here. This is all pre-planned in my creative world. So, actually that should be one higher. We're going to need the stone cutter a lot in order to shape the house in the way we want, or just to get stairs really. So we're going to bring that over here. I moved the project box. So I'm going to get 2 stairs. Put them here and here, and that's where the windows will go. We have posts right here. I don't bring any spruce logs, but that is what this project chest is for. We're going to have posts going up here. This is going to be the first floor, and the second floor will extend up from this wall over to around there. It won't reach all the way over there, though. You'll all see in due time. Now, in order to make this less of a square house, I have these divots. So instead of making an angle from here up to here, it goes inward. It makes less space for us to live and work, but it is more aesthetically pleasing. Or it just makes it easier to build, really. This is the 3rd day on the server, so not as much activity, really. So this is the basic layout of the house. Actually, this should go in a bit more. You can see the symmetry, except for this area right here. The posts are directly symmetrical, except for here. This is where the brick actually alters a bit. So I'm not exactly sure where the interior wall is. I'm pretty sure it's right here. Yeah, that feels right. And we're gonna have a hallway over here, and this little nook that's been created is where our storage will be. And we're going to be using dark oak for the floor, as I said before. So lay that down. Gonna have some nice quartz table right here with some potted plants, which is why I didn't convert all of this bricks into block form. Gonna have a nice iron door just to get a bit more contrast between red and white, I suppose. I don't know. We're gonna have white windows so it'll blend in with that. You know, keeping the theme consistent. Looks like we have some straggler cows, so I have to take care of that. But yeah, that's the basic idea for a house. Looks good so far. I designed this before the season started, so I've had a lot of time to think about it, a lot of time to look at it, and I think it looks pretty good. There's some parts I'm not sure on, but we can always edit it later, or even expand it. There's definitely going to be a basement, and we're going to put something in the basement that I think will really help with our progression. It might be pretty obvious what it's going to be, but um, you'll see. Maybe that'll be episode 3, or maybe we'll do some more clan activities episode 3. We are the bakery after all, and as such we'll be building a bakery. So, I've raised the walls up and finally made some glass panes, so we can now put those in. I know the house doesn't look the best exactly, but the mix of red sand and brick is, I don't know, kind of making me feel like this is the outside. But we are going to fix that very soon indeed. So we just got to put in all the panes. This blank wall will be fixed. I'm not going to explain what exactly I'm going to do there yet, but you will see, you will see. Made some scaffolding. Where did I get the bamboo? I got it from Matey Max's farm without telling him, but he didn't notice, so it doesn't matter. You might be wondering, what's this stripe of bricks for? The stripe of indent of brick stairs, I guess you could call it. Well, this is the second floor, and I needed something to distinguish it, because I didn't just want a big stripe, or not a stripe, just a big flat surface of bricks. So that is what I settled on. So we're going to build this up all the way up here. And you can see where the windows are going to go. We need more stairs in order to actually finish the windows, because the windows have those indents on them. Max got 3 cave spider spawners. Although those are really easy to get, so I'm not that impressed, really. I'm going to put these windows in. And we're going to finish building the walls up and putting in the roof, which will be made of polished andesite. It's going to be at, oh, pressure plates, at this level right here. And we're going to have that, we're going to have some lighting around here in this block. It's either this one, or this one, or this one. I'm not sure. I don't remember it. Because yes, I have this built in another world, as I mentioned before. So the roof's going to be around there. Gonna have sea lantern lighting with iron trapdoors covering it. Except for now, we're going to use glowstone because sea lanterns are a bit out of my reach currently. And I have this nice hallway. And, as I said, storage here. And I'm gonna have a beam across right here. And then the roof there. So it'll be 5 by 3 of double chests. I have finished putting in the dark oak floors and the andesite roof, making everything, you know, look a bit more polished. You get it? Yeah. I know. So I did check where all the lighting goes, and it will go around here. We're going to use glowstone for now. Optimally, we would use sea lanterns because they just have a more neutral color, you know, white instead of this yellow. We're going to have this one in the floor because this area in the center is a bit harder to light up because then we'd have to put a light here, but then it's not really symmetrical with this, and it just gets complicated. We also made some iron trapdoors in order to cover it up a bit because originally designed with sea lanterns. Sea lanterns obviously have a blue cyan kind of rim to them. So this iron trapdoor, you can only see like the center parts, which would make it more, even more white focused. And I did make an extra trapdoor because I based on the number of glowstone, and this one does not need a trapdoor. We are going to cover it with carpet from here to here. So we're going to have a ladder here to the second floor slash attic. As you can see, we did add this floor, and we're kind of adding on to that now. But first, before we finish this floor, which will end around here, we need to start finishing the roof. So we're going to add this here, and it'll kind of like slope off with the roof. It's not hard to describe actually, but like the roof will come up here and here. It'll make an A-frame, so the walls will only need to look like this. And I fell down because there's no ladder there yet. We can use scaffolding for now. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. I know scaffolding can be used as ladders, and if we wanted to, we could leave this here, but personally, I don't like using scaffolding for elevation or whatnot. Also, as you can see, that's a lot of cows, and I've actually made it a bit of a goal to fill this entire pit with cows. It'll take a lot of work and a lot of wheat, but I think we can do it. We're definitely going to have to build a bigger wheat farm, but we are the bakery, so that's kind of our thing. And my enchanting setup, well, it used to be over there and is now being built on top of, has been dismantled, so I've been gathering a lot of levels, just slowly. So anyway, I am going to continue working on the house. I'm going to get those ladders in instead of the scaffolding. And yeah, scaffolding, I've said this before previously, season 3, but I really like scaffolding. It's really convenient. Although it's a bit hard to get if you don't have access to bamboo. But I have plenty. The ladders have been put in, and the second floor is almost complete. The actual room we're going to be in is done. We have this archway, which is how we get up and down. We have this offshoot, which will just be kind of like an attic area. We're gonna leave it open because it's an odd number, and I didn't want to just put one door. And I kind of wanted to like have these two kind of match, but I didn't put stairs because stairs in 3 wide is, it's not the best. And this one was only 2 wide. I could have taken this and just copied it over there, but I think the way the roof works, it doesn't match up. It's hard to describe, but in the interest of actually finishing the house, we are going to start the roof. So the roof is pretty simple. It should just be, it'll be stone brick stairs and dark oak. So it starts at the same layer as the andesite does. So it's going to be a typical A-frame. It'll meet in the center, but it kind of flattens out. You'll see. So it doesn't come to a very sharp point. It kind of, it doesn't come to a sharp point. It flattens out, which is what I already said. But uh, if we build this fast enough, we will see. Yeah, so if we wanted it to come to a sharp point, we would put a slab here. We're going to leave it so that it just stretches 2 blocks at this very top portion. And we're going to be using stone bricks for the edges. I'm not going to extend it all the way through here because we're doing something special here, which I've mentioned before. But we're going to have stairs like this. And in this case, we're going to have slabs right here. So extend this down. And this is actually an interesting area of the roof because it has this crease, I suppose you could call it. So it's going to come in here, and I'm not sure what happens after that actually. I'd have to check. So that is the basic premise for the roof. We're going to be copying that over here as well. So we start with this stair on the top plank, like so. And then we use scaffolding to get on up. So there won't be like square rooms in these offshoots. It'll be more kind of enclosed and triangular because of the way this roof is. Now that we've added the roof, we can actually see this thing coming together. We can have our little enclosures with our glowstone floors. It doesn't look the best with the glowstone on the floor, but honestly, I don't hate it that much. I do hate this unsymmetrical thing though. I suppose I could balance it out by putting glowstone here, and that wouldn't be a problem, because make this W or M shape, but I'm not too bothered currently. Plus this is kind of the least visited area of the house. And I said we were going to do special things with this part of the roof, and yeah, it's that time. We are going to have it, instead of just being flat, we're going to have it peak up here. And we are going to have a kind of focal point down here. But that will be built in a few minutes. For now, we are just going to build this part of the roof. The roof is pretty uncomplicated except for this part. But it looks good, I think. We're going to use slabs. Or I suppose we could use full blocks. And then we link that up with dark oak over here. And then we don't have any dark oak blocks, so we can't do that right now. But we merge these two parts of the roof together, like this. And this will just come across, and since I don't have any slabs, I can't extend it. We're gonna have this come across and end right there. And it'll do the same thing on this side. And I think it's perfectly symmetrical, so it'll be the same thing. Or it might be slightly off. Yeah, it is, because this is a full block, not a slab. But it's generally the same thing. So we add that, more stairs here, and we do need to fill in the gaps here that have been created by the roof with just bricks and whatnot. We're going to get rid of the scaffolding here. And this part of the house will be completely sealed off. That's why we have these torches here to prevent monsters from spawning. And we will never have to see that part of the house again. For a while, actually, because there is something else we need to add to all the roof bits, but it's more of a minor detail than anything else. So, I do need to figure out what to do with this area, though, because I could do something like this, but that looks weird. So, I'm gonna have to figure that out. But this will slope down, obviously. It would end here, but I don't know what I'm gonna do there. I do have this built in another world, as I have said like twice before, so I'm going to have to check there. But yeah, the house is really coming together now. One of these days I'm gonna jump down and die because I'm not wearing feather falling boots. But yeah, that's kind of almost the final view of our house. And of course, the basement still needs to be built, which will be an extension of this ladder here, or we might build stairs. I was going to do stairs for this part, but there's not enough space, so, you know, what are you going to do? With the roof now completed, the house exterior looks a lot more finished, and for the most part is. There's just a few things, and that wall over there, which I actually forgot about until this point with me talking, so, oh, whoopsie. But anyway, with the exterior done, we are now going to be doing the interior. We're going to have some glowstone here under the chests when we get those in. And we are going to make a little table here and over here. And get some potted plants in the window. Blue orchid is my favorite flower in this game. And potted cactuses also look very cool. I don't know what it is about them, I just really like it. We are going to, of course, have crafting table, furnace, blast furnace, stone cutter, and ender chest is actually going to go over here. And we're going to fill out this area a little bit more, but I don't have the materials to do it currently. There's going to be a carpet here, as I said. We're going to take these two lanterns to the second floor, and this is what it will look like, finally. And we're going to put them over here in these corners because they are a bit dark. And I didn't want to use glowstone in the ceiling, I just wanted to change it up a little bit. Over here, I'm not sure what we're going to do, but I am probably going to have enchanting or something like that. Or maybe I can have the enchanting here. Actually, you know what? I really like that idea. Hold up, I'm going to get my enchanting things and put them over there. I also do need to harvest sugarcane. And sugarcane is actually like really important for me right now because, well, I use sugarcane to turn it into paper to trade for emeralds to combine with books to get mending. And I need mending. Oh boy, do I need mending. Of course, that's all done by villagers, if you didn't pick up on that. So we're going to go over here. Finally found a roost for this room. Actually, I'm gonna have an XP farm in the basement. So would putting the enchanting up here be worth it? We'll think about it. I'll think about it. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for today. I've actually kind of run out of time recording this. I've been recording almost all day and prepping for the rest of it. But I do think we've made some pretty good progress on the house. It is like 90% done. I've just got to get wool for the carpet. I've got to make a fireplace and chimney here, which is what I was going to put there. It's going to also extend kind of out back here so you can see it. It'll have like a stone thing here and a chimney going up and an actual fireplace inside. But I did not get to it today. I'm going to do it off camera because I don't really think I need to build it on camera for you to understand what it's going to be. There's also minor details, like there's going to be a kind of window around there. It's not a window as such, it is just decoration to break up that flat brick wall. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.